So if you're joining us from Sunday to Sunday, welcome and thank you so much for hopping over. Today we are going to be focusing on a beginner-friendly vegan recipe. Before we get started making our dish, let's talk about the ingredients. Chickpeas. So you take our chickpeas and we're gonna wanna go ahead and open those guys up. But before I drain them, I just wanna show you that aquafaba that's in the can. So that liquid that's in the can, that's gonna be your aquafaba. And your aquafaba is going to be excellent as an egg substitute. So once we have our chickpeas, they're going to be whole. You probably wanna mash about 3/4 of your chickpeas. You don't wanna mash them all. You wanna leave some of them in their whole state because you kind of want it to be a little bit firm. You don't want it to be completely mushy. So our chickpeas are nice and mashed, about 3/4, and then we have a few that are still going to be whole. And so the first thing that we want to add to our chickpeas is going to be our spices. So I'm just going to have them already measured out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop that right in. Okay, so then we're gonna add our vegetables. Give it a little red onion, peppers, celery. Your chickpeas, even though you drain them, they're wet and they tend to water as they sit. So you really don't want to add too much mayo and too much relish because the mayo and relish are also wet ingredients. And we're just gonna give that a toss. That mayo starts to really cream your tuna up. You really don't need much more than that unless you just want to. Because after all, it's your chickpea tuna. You're gonna be the one eating it, so you put in there what you wanna put. Now remember, this is an art, not a science. So once you have your tuna salad base, you really can serve and eat it any kind of way you want. If you want to eat it with crackers, do that. If you wanna put it in a tortilla and eat it as a wrap, maybe a spinach wrap, do that. If you want to make it into a sandwich, put it between a couple of slices of bread with lettuce and tomato, or just as it is, then do that. If you have a crowd, I mean, the kids are home, they're out of school right now, and you want to make this stretch a little bit further, then you could take this and you could add a couple of more ingredients to take it from being just mock tuna to more of a tuna noodle casserole. So what you could do is you could take a little bit of your tuna salad, add to it some carrots and some sweet peas, okay? And this is just happens to be some frozen carrots and peas that I had in the fridge, or in the freezer rather. So I mean, you could do it with just sweet peas if that's what you had, but I wouldn't do just carrots. But if you've got the carrot and sweet pea mix, then just go ahead and do that, okay? So you add the carrots and the sweet peas, and you give it a toss, okay? And then to that, you're going to want to add a few macaroni noodles to make it old school tuna noodle casserole like we used to eat when we were kids. And so there you've got it. You've got your tuna noodle casserole, and that is definitely one that tastes absolutely yummy on a cracker. So you want to load your cracker up, and bam, tuna noodle casserole.